Now, your 21 Alive First Alert forecast.
Good afternoon, meteorologist Caleb Saylor here with a forecast update as we head into the weekend. You're taking a live look into downtown Fort Wayne, a very summer-like looking day. And yeah, it is a very summer-like day out there. Very much different than what we were experiencing midweek. Temperatures currently sitting in the upper 70s. We're just on the border of 80 degrees in some spots across 21 Country. Van Wert's currently sitting at 79 degrees. And we didn't even get that warm earlier this week. And this is the lunchtime temperature right now at 11:30 a.m. at the time of this recording. You can see the temperature trend over the past 7 days. It's been hovering near average, a couple of degrees cooler for the most part. Tuesday and Wednesday, the high only got into the mid to upper 70s. Yesterday, a little bit closer to normal. And we're going to see that trend continue as we head into the weekend. So the days are going to get warmer and warmer, and it's going to get muggier as well. So if you're heading out to the Three Rivers Festival today, Junk Food Alley actually just kicked off a few moments ago, 11 a.m., the temperature this afternoon will max out in the mid-80s. We'll see some clouds out there, like you saw on tower camera, and we'll see maybe an isolated rain shower this afternoon, kind of similar to what we experienced yesterday across the area, but it's going to be few and far between. And I'm not going to focus on the heat too much over the next couple of, the rain over the next couple of minutes, because I really want to focus on the heat. And if you're watching us live and you've got a question, you can drop it in the comment section on our Facebook page. I've got that open here, so I'll try to answer any questions that I can. But I really want to pay attention to the heat that's coming over the next few days. And the heat and humidity is why we've issued first alert weather days for the end of the weekend and the start of next week. The secondary story is going to be the potential for some thunderstorms. So let's talk about the who, what, when, where, why. Sunday through Tuesday is when the main heat is going to be. Those are going to be the hottest days out of the next 7. So obviously that is shorter lived than the heat that we experienced last month. It was something like 8 or 9 days that we had to deal with high heat and humidity. So only a few days this time. That's the good news. But this is for all of Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio. And we could be talking about some potential heat-related illnesses that you'll want to make sure to monitor, because we know a lot of you will be going out to the Three Rivers Festival this weekend and over the next coming days. So you just want to make sure to protect yourself if you're spending long periods of time outside. This is not going to be the type of heat that impacts everybody on a huge scale, but we know that there are some sensitive groups out there that necessarily won't fare well in heat like this. So that's why we want to issue these first alert weather days, because we want to make sure that those that might be impacted by this high heat and humidity have enough of a heads up to make sure that they're prepared. So why? Why are we going to see this heat and humidity? Well, the boundary between warmer air to the south and cooler air to the north is going to lift our way over the next coming days. So you'll see that orange and that red start to creep closer and closer to us the weekend, Sunday into Monday. So whereas before we were on that boundary of the yellow and the light orange, now we're on the boundary of the dark orange into almost the reds in this upper level pattern map. And that shows that warmer air is creeping closer and closer to us. And not only that, winds are going to shift out of the southwest too. So that's going to bring in a lot of moisture over the next couple of days. So the dew point is going to be on the rise. We're going from temperatures maxing out in the mid-80s today. Similar situation for your Saturday, but take a look at the dew points. That's the number we really want to pay attention to, because while temperatures won't be as hot Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday in comparison to last month, the humidity is going to be higher, and that's why those feels like temperatures are going to be the same, because that humidity is so high. Sunday, dew points in the low 70s. Monday of next week, dew points in the mid-70s with a temperature of 90 degrees. You might remember last week, there was a day where the dew point was 77 degrees. Honestly, you walked outside and it felt like you were wearing the air. That's going to be a very similar situation for the start of next week. And we may get a little bit of a break on Tuesday, although you see those dew points still in the mid to upper 70s for Fort Wayne, with a lot of places in our region in the upper 60s. So we've got a lot of moisture in the air that's going to be in place for the next few days. So that's going to combine with that heat to make it feel very, very hot out there. Heat indices, that feels like temperature on Sunday. Well, we're kind of on that boundary between 90 and 95 degrees. So Sunday probably won't be the hottest feeling day. Feels like temperatures around 95 degrees. But still, that's pretty warm. And then we get into Monday afternoon into the evening. Those feels like temperatures will be in the lower 100s. That is similar to what we experienced last month with those heat indices ranging in between about 100 and 105 degrees. So Monday right now looks to be the hottest day of the 3 that we've issued first alert weather days for. But even Sunday and Tuesday is going to feel much hotter than what the actual air temperature is. You can see those feels like temperatures on Tuesday. We're hovering right around 100 degrees. So you want to make sure to take some precautions. Drink plenty of water, wear light-colored clothing if you're spending long periods of time outside this weekend and into next week. Wear the sunscreen as well and find the shade. And I just want to drive home this point further. If you feel like you might be being impacted by the heat, you want to make sure to keep these signs of heat exhaustion and heat stroke in mind. Faint, dizziness. If you're feeling a throbbing headache is a sign of a heat stroke. If you're feeling faint or dizzy, well, that might be a sign of heat exhaustion, both of which are pretty serious. If you've got excessive sweating, that's heat exhaustion. But if you've stopped sweating altogether, that's a sign of heat stroke. If you're feeling nauseous or you're throwing up, those are signs of both heat exhaustion and heat stroke. So you just want to keep this information in mind over the next couple of days, because this heat can impact some people. I'm going to take this graphic full screen here so you can see all of these signs and symptoms of heat exhaustion and heat stroke very clearly. So if you're somebody who is suffering from signs of heat exhaustion, or you see somebody that is, you want to get them to a cool, air-conditioned place. You want to make sure to drink some water if conscious, or have that person drink water. And a cool shower or a cold compress can help with somebody who's suffering from heat exhaustion. If somebody is suffering from the signs and symptoms of heat stroke, you want to make sure to call 911 right away. That is an emergent situation, so you want to take that very, very seriously. And I can tell you firsthand, I've overexerted myself in the heat before and gotten to levels of heat exhaustion because I was out in the yard doing yard work on a hot summer day and just not paying attention to my body. So even for somebody like me, that can happen relatively quickly. So you just want to pay attention over the next couple of days because of that heat and humidity combining to make it feel very hot. And that's why we've issued first alert weather days. And that's Sunday into Tuesday because of the potential for some impacts for the heat. This is Sunday through Tuesday afternoon for everybody in Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio. Heat indices ranging anywhere between 96 and 103 degrees. So just take some precautions as we head into the weekend and to the days ahead, because there will be some warm, muggy days. And I don't want to leave you without at least a sneak preview of the precipitation chances over the next couple of days, because you can see on that graphic there, we are talking about the potential for some thunderstorms in that same time frame, Sunday into Tuesday. This is the rain chance over the next 7 days. It's going to be increasing. So while today maybe a pop-up rain shower is possible, there's a chance for some scattered rain showers and thunderstorms on Sunday, with a lower chance on Monday, but still there Monday night, and then that rain and thunderstorm chance redevelops again on Tuesday. So we'll keep an eye on the storm chances and how that develops and keep you up to date with that latest information. And Chris Daniels is live at noon today with the latest first alert forecast, and he'll talk much more about that rain and storm chance as well as the heat that's coming for this weekend.